date of when that's coming back with the new superheroes, but we are going to bring that back in at least, I'm looking at about a couple weeks time. So we'll have updates on exactly when. So those are kind of the three major things I wanted to talk to you guys right away about, because I know it's been top of mind for a while here. And obviously Toddy, I think for a lot of people is kind of like a mixed reaction with how the event's going. I know personally I still have to get my Utah claim. I've been doing Rivals of the Year. Haven't won as many as I would have hoped. I've been playing Versatac. My 130 OVR team is winning a good chunk of games, but I still need to.
Waduh, apa ini? Lag ya? Ya, kocak.
Talk about. So that's good to see. I will say that certain center back is really good in game. So obviously, I think he's the second fastest center back at the moment. So out of all the 109s to be getting, that center back does actually do a pretty good job in head-to-head and Versatac, albeit the choice element for a lot of people, I think, isn't as good as they would have liked to see. So. So yeah, just some news there to share. Obviously, Toddy, we are in week. What day are we today? We are March 8th. I lose track. So we have I think we're at week 6. No, we're in week 5 now of you, Toddy. Wait, week 5, week 6. We're in the second half of Toddy. I'm terrible with dates here, chat. I'm losing track of the dates. Everything's kind of blending together, but we've got a couple more weeks here of Toddy to go, and obviously we've got an update, as you can see on the side here. Oh, wrong one. There we go. When it comes to honorable mentions, which you guys are all excited to see, along with 12th man. So that is obviously going to be the bulk of today's show, and really excited to show that. However, before I jump into the honorable mentions and 12th man information that you guys are all excited to see, and I see a lot of people starting to come into stream here. You guys are asking about it. You know the players that are coming out for the most part. But anyways, before I get into that, I kind of want to do a little shout out here to a really cool community exhibition that's happening in Indonesia. So it's a combination of an online and offline event, where players in Indonesia kind of come together and play FIFA Mobile in kind of a competitive landscape. So this event is called the Indonesia Ultimate Community Exhibition. It's being hosted March 18th, 2023 this year, in Bali, Indonesia. So it's a kind of a really cool event that the FIFA Mobile community over in Indonesia is working on. The community team there is doing an awesome job, and just kind of wanted to highlight that. And we have a really, really neat video that we'll throw to right now to show you guys what they're working on. So yeah, that was just kind of a look at the upcoming Indonesia Ultimate Community Exhibition. It's on March 18th. We're going to drop in chat as well some links if you're interested in learning more. They have the FIFA Mobile Indonesia Discord. We'll drop that in chat. And then also, I think we'll drop our Facebook, global Facebook link there, where there'll be more information coming out if you're interested. Anyways, let's get on to honorable mentions. So Toddy, honorable mentions, 16 players that have really made their mark on football in the past year. You know most of them who are coming out, but you don't know their OVRs. You may be not sure about their positions and how to get them. So without further ado, chat, let's bring up the banner for honorable mentions and 12th man. And there it is, chat. As you can see, we are in 112s all the way down to 109s for the honorable mentions and 12th man. So you can see at the start there, 112 Holland. I really like the dynamic shot with his arm coming out of the frame. Really adds like a really cool 3D element to it. And then Harry Kane, 112, João Cancelo, Valverde, and Vinny round out your 112s. And then we get into the 111s here with Saka into Davies, Mike Maignan, Pedri, and then Emi Martinez, Fofana, Bremer, Fekir for the 110s. And then finishing off with a trio of 109s with Unahi, Doan, and Otamendi. So, first look at this, chat. I don't think there's any big surprises, but I'm curious right away, chat, who are you excited for out of these players? Who do these players who out of these ones are you looking to add? I'm expecting a few Vinny fans to come out. I know the Valverde 112 is going to be an all-around great player, given his stats. Obviously, Haaland at the 112. So it's a bit of a different approach here, where these OVRs are higher than most of the nominees. So if you were a fan of one of these players that had got a lower OVR, you're probably pretty happy to see them in that 109 to 112 range. And I see a few comments here about certain stats are going to be really high on some of these players. We'll take a look at those in a bit, but the OVRs are very competitive, and I think a lot of you will be using these players coming up. So I see some fans here. Pedri comes out, yeah. Vinny, Fede, Davies, 111 Saka, yep. I'll see a fan of Unahi, that's good to see, nice. So, chat, we took a look at these. You probably are interested in learning, how do I get these players in my team? So that's where I've got the gameplay for honorable mentions here on my phone. So we're going to go over to that and give you a look at what you can expect to be live in game tomorrow. So this is honorable mentions. You're going to come into the chapter, and first thing you're going to see here is the Erling Haaland 112. So it's an exchange for the 112 OVR striker, Erling Haaland, and you can take a look at the requirements needed to get him. So it's the 109 Haaland, it's then 3 109 Toddy players, a 110 UToddy, and a 111 UToddy. So you put those all in, and then you would get this 112 Haaland, as you can see here. And we'll just show you as well, it's an untradeable Haaland here. So a look there, obviously his pace and shooting are out of this world, and the requirements to get him are quite steep. So if he's obviously a player you've had your eye on for a while, maybe it makes sense. For a lot of you, maybe that this might not be the the most appealing exchange in the world, but I'm sure some of you will be interested. From there, we come into our honorable mentions chapter, which is where you'll be playing a choice of skill games. You get to play 2 every day. Then there's going to be 1 PvE match here. There's a custom Versattack match. So if you select and play here, you can see the lineup you're going to be playing custom Versattack with. It's a bunch of Toddy players here. And then there's also a custom head-to-head match as well. So you'll play this to earn honorable points. And then from there, you're going to take your honorable points and you're going to use them to get more Toddy players. So it's 20 honorable points to earn a 100 plus OVR Toddy player. And from there are also possible rewards include honorable mentions. So you'll be playing these 4 nodes here. You can choose between Versattack head-to-head. The other ones at the top, you have to complete those. And then you'll take those currencies, those honorable points, and then get more players. And then as you can see here, there's a little milestone in that little GIF node, which unlocks you a 106 plus Toddy player after you've claimed the previous node 15 times. So you get 15 of those 100 plus Toddy players, you get a milestone here for a 106, and then further along, if you do it 30 times, there's a 107. So that is the honorable mentions part, and then also there's extra points here, and then also in here, if you're interested, is an exchange. So this exchange is kind of a different format than what I think a lot of you are expecting. It's an exchange to get honorable mentions players. The requirements are 1 UTOD player, so 109 to 112. I expect most of you here would be using the Militao, along with 100 honorable points. And then from there, you can come in and you can see the possible rewards. So, I mean, there is a possibility you put in that 109 Militao and you're getting a 109 Otamendi. However, there's also the 110s all the way to 112s in there. So there is this exchange in here. It's a little different. You can do it once. And it just shows there if you're, say you have that UTOD player and you don't want them, but you really want an honorable mentions player and you're unable to get them, then this kind of gives you an opportunity. So that's a look there. Then we head into this different sections here. It's called the collection section. So this is all based on UTOD and honorable mentions players that you collect through the course of Toddy. They'll go towards this collection section for a bunch of rewards. So for example, collect 1 Real Madrid player. I've already have 2 on my team here, Valverde and Vinny, and then this reward here of training transfer items is unlocked. The same goes here as well for the 109s. If you collect 2 of the 109s, you get some bonus training transfer items. So it's kind of the same story all the way through this collection section. There's training transfer items for La Liga players. And then, for example, the Ligue 1 players will be a 106 plus. So kind of look at this as more of like a bonus thing. If you're collecting some of these players and you're getting close, you can get these. And also to answer someone's question, buying on the market does apply for this. So you are able to go onto the market and buy these and they will count towards the collection. So bit of a different format here. We did a little bit of that collection element in the World Cup event, if you remember. Those ones you couldn't buy them off the trade market. So this time is a little different. If you do, these will count towards the collection. And then you can see here, there's also the 108 plus for a Bundesliga. It's a Toddy or an icon in there. So for example, if I look through there, there's the 108s, 109s, and also there's an icon as part of it. Go into the Prem here. It's collecting 3 for a 110 plus. And then there's a Manchester City one at the end here, which gets you a 110 plus UTOD or honorable mentions for one of De Bruyne or Haaland in there. So a little bit different chat of collecting players, and then some of the rewards here might be exciting for some. I think a lot of you will see this as kind of like a bonus thing where, hey, if I get this milestone, I'm happy. If I don't get there, I'm not missing a whole lot. So just kind of an interesting new take on this. And then I think also this exchange for Haaland is a bit different too, with Haaland being untradeable, the cost being a little bit on the higher end. I could see this being more of like a special case of you have the funds and you're really looking for that Haaland item before the end of Toddy. Maybe this kind of appeals to you. Otherwise, I think most of you will be in this honorable mentions section here, playing the matches, the skill games, the custom versus attack and head-to-head, and then getting yourselves some extra players in this chapter here, with the possibility of that exchange as well for an honorable mentions player if there's a UTOD player that you don't want. So that is the basic look at honorable mentions. Everything else that we've been working on before, UTOD, Prime Icon section, reward path, and the main section, those will not be changing. It's the same as what we've had before. This is kind of a bonus chapter added on top, along with all those honorable mentions players that we just saw earlier in the banner. So chat, I'm seeing in the chat here, not going to sugarcoat it, seeing a lot of L's, seeing a lot of people a little bit, I guess, asking some questions about this chapter here. It's totally understandable. It's a little bit different than what we're used to. Hey, the feedback definitely gets shared over to the team. We understand that. So it's good to hear from you guys in the chat. I know it's kind of a it's a different approach here. So not to take too much time on this chapter, what I would like to do here is kind of come into the My Team section just to give you guys a look at what am I working towards in this honorable mentions chapter, right? So obviously some sections of that people aren't exactly excited about with L's in there. But the players themselves, I think, are really what's exciting for you. And kind of want to go through some of these player stats, give you guys a look at the 112s all the way to the 109s. Just kind of give you guys a look here of all the honorable mentions players here. So I'm going to start off with the main man here, Erling Haaland, which is going to be the 145 pace, 144 shooting. Really, really good stats on Haaland. Again, he's untradeable. The cost there is really high, so I don't expect many of you to be really... only FIFA point? Alright. I'll do another skill game here and I'll open up
Bang Randi. Menang apa Bang Kev?
an honorable mentions pack.
Giveaway.
I have a feeling it'll be 100 OVR, but
Special
still be
card.
kind of fun to do.
Dari Antoine.
Alright. I think we're getting towards the end here of the giveaways and the stream.
Tapi nggak tahu kartunya apa ya.
Alright, let's pull up
Tadi sih kalau nggak salah
the
The
last
sih.
winner we have for
Otamendi sih Mang paling
leg
enggak
giveaways.
dulu.
Deep
2K.
2K.
Wah, ini Mang Dik menang
Congrats.
nih.
Fifth and final winner here.
Kata temanku
for
nanti di chat.
your
Iya di
choice
Twitch Mang.
of
Oh
a
berarti harus
Utah
stay Twitch ya.
112 Mbappe, Messi, or De Bruyne.
Notification kita periksain aja dari
Some
sekarang ya.
unreal players. And oop, I have enough for a... Oh, I leveled up. Look at that chat. I'm at level 3. Wow. Alright, let's pull on one of
Congrats
these
Mbappe, Messi, KDB.
Toddy honorable mentions.
Onani aja nggak dulu Bang Enzo.
So we get some more 100s here.
Mbappe, Messi,
If you're a little
KDB
behind
sih.
in the regular
KDB 112.
exchanges for those Toddy players, there's some
Tadi kita
extra
kurang
ones there
CM, kan?
through honorable mentions. And then a shot of getting some more along the way.
Masih nggak nyangka loh.
But yeah, chat, those were our 5 winners. We're basically all wrapped up here. We took a look at all the players, the player stats. We talked about what's going on right now in the game.
Bisa dipakai semua, iya sih.
Definitely understand
Messi juga
the
bisa.
frustration that a lot of
Gantiin
you are
salah.
sharing in chat. It's
KDB
not
aja
being
stok
lost on the
jam
team,
jarang,
that's for
iya sih,
sure.
Mang
We
Enzo.
definitely understand it. We know what's going on. We're working on it, and I think it's a lot of it starts with what we chat about today, and like what goes on in the Discord and on Reddit,
Random
seeing
Bang.
that, and
Tadi
just
sih
in the
kalau nggak
community,
salah dengar dia bilang sih
seeing like the
pilih
different hashtag that came out as
Kalau nggak
well
salah dengar
regarding
ya.
the market.
Kalau random
Those
ya
are
udah.
all being surfaced.
ada
We
harapan
see
sih.
it. The
Mbappe
community
aja
team
Mang.
sees it. We know
Mbappe
what's going
STL jual
on.
aja. Ya bisa juga sih Mbappe.
So we definitely are working on
Random ya.
solutions for that, and I definitely appreciate everybody coming into
Tapi
the stream
tiga-tiganya
today.
pakai sih.
I know it wasn't our most positive
Okay lah.
stream. Usually chat can be filled with dubs and a lot of hype, but today was a little bit of a different feeling.
Tapi
So
nggak nyangka loh, sampai sekarang loh.
I'm
Bisa
glad that you
dapet.
guys all voiced your opinions in there, and I just want to let you guys know again that it
Ganti
isn't
ke
lost on
MC
the
logomu,
team. We
Mang.
know what's going on. So
MC apa ya?
as always,
MC.
I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Our next show is in a
Dikasih
couple weeks'
KDB.
time. I think we're looking to have one.
Sia-sia
I think
kamu
this is
nggak
going to be our
ada.
last Toddy
Nggak
show.
nyangka sih.
So our
MC
next
apa?
one will
Bentar dulu
be
dah. Magic
at the
Chess.
end of the
Yang ada di
month when
pikiran
Toddy
saya cuma
ends.
Magic
We'll
Chess
have
sih.
another show for the new
Yang
event
kita-
afterwards. But that is, I think, going to be our last Toddy show. We've done 3 so far, so we've done quite a bit.
Sia-sia. Live
but,
kan Anton. Iya.
Again, honorable mentions coming out tomorrow.
MC apa ya?
As we went
MC apa
over,
Mari Ki?
I just kind of lost my train of
Ganti
thought.
logo. MC logomu.
I had a really nice segue to like exit the show here. But anyways, yeah, as mentioned, I really appreciate you guys coming into the show. I'll see you in a few weeks' time. Do we have our raid ready? Jason, I think, was getting that ready, and our It is ready. Okay, cool. All right, chat. So that's all for me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Gonna tune into those Champions League games in about 20 minutes time. Those should be really exciting. And then we're gonna be rating Wolvie HD, who is a awesome creator.
Tapi kan dia pasti
he does a lot of his content in Spanish. So if you're a Spanish speaker or you just love watching FIFA Mobile creators do their thing, we're gonna be rating Wolvie. He does an awesome job. So, anyways, that's all from me here on the FIFA Mobile Show. As always, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.
Berarti tinggal ganti ke Manchester City itu ya?
Sí, se está escuchando. Es la segunda, ¿no? Me hicieron una y después la de esto. Ah, mira, me estoy viendo yo a mí ahí mismo. Welcome. Uy, que me oigo.
Nanti aja
Welcome
kita
to all guys. We were reacting to Anwan live. Thank you very much, Anwan, for the ride.
Gimana?
Thank you so much.
Ya udah, oke, thank you kawan-kawan. Makasih buat semuanya, makasih Mang Enzo, makasih Mang Teddy, Mang Ricky, Mang DNA, Bang Michelle, Mang Randy, Mang Aizen, David Beckham. Halo Bang.
Le pone uno. Me estoy haciendo un bucle, ¿no? Visual. Me estoy haciendo un bucle visual.
Udah itu doang ya. Oke, thank you. Nanti kita ketemu lagi besok.
¿Cuántas personas han venido?